Welcome back, fellow adventurers. I hope you're as excited as I am to continue our journey in the library. Do you remember the secret room we found last time? I've been working hard to clean this place up. It's the perfect spot to sit down and relax, or even better, to read the sequel to Shadows over Celestia. I can't wait! This place feels special, doesn't it? Let's dust off this old desk. Wait a minute, what's this? No way! Words are appearing on the paper! The ultimate quest begins. Unleash your story. Unleash your story? How cool is that? And perfect timing, Mia is here to help us figure out what that means with today's lesson. I've got to say, this old paper and the mysterious message we uncovered really stirred up some excitement. This is the same type of paper the treasure map was on too. But what about the rest of these pages? They're all blank. Wait a minute. Do you think we need to write our own stories? That must be what this room is for. We have an exciting mission. We'll be combining everything we've learned about characters, setting, plot, conflict, foreshadowing, and theme. Do you have your PDF ready to take a few notes? Awesome. As we work through the PDF for this lesson, you'll receive guidance on how to craft your very own short story using these elements. You're about to become a bona fide writer. Let's look at the process we can use to help us create a short story. Brainstorming, outlining, creating a rough draft, revising, and reflecting. Brainstorming is like a storm in your brain where raindrops are ideas. It's a creative process where you allow your mind to come up with as many ideas as possible about a certain topic. You don't worry about whether the ideas are good or bad, or whether they make sense or not. The important thing is to let your thoughts flow freely. When you brainstorm, you imagine story ideas, your characters, and your setting. You can think about how some of your characters might grow during the story, and how the setting might be part of the plot. When you brainstorm, you can record all your ideas, no matter how out there they might seem. What about a story featuring mutant vegetables? Imagine a kitchen where vegetables refuse to be eaten and try to escape. The protagonists could be the kids in the house or even the vegetables themselves. Now that is out there. Once you've got a few ideas, you'll move on to the second step, outlining. Outlining is a process to plan your ideas before you write. This is where you organize your thoughts, your plot, and decide where to add each fiction element to your story. If I stick with my mutant vegetables, I can use the outline to help me think through each part of the plot, what kind of conflict is happening, and how it will be solved, as well as what I want the theme of my story to be. Do I want people to learn a lesson about eating their vegetables? Is it a story about fighting for what you believe in, no matter how small you might feel? Lots of possibilities here. In your PDF, there are graphic organizers with questions to help you think of ideas. You don't have to complete them in order. If you're stuck on answering some of the questions, just skip them and fill in what you can first. Then go back and give the other questions a go. Remember, these tools are here to help you create your story, and you can modify them however you need to. You can also click back to previous lessons for more help with each fiction element. Sometimes it can help to talk about your ideas with another person. If you're stuck, ask a friend or an adult to talk with you about your story ideas. They'll be able to give you an outsider's perspective and some advice for your story. If you would rather work on your story independently, you could also try making a voice recording or video of yourself talking about your story ideas. You could also use your own favorite story or movie world as a starting point and think of a new character in that world. Sometimes saying your ideas out loud can help get those creative juices flowing. The important part of outlining is to give it your best effort, not to make it perfect. After you've finished your outline, you'll create a rough draft. A rough draft is the first version of your story. You'll use your outline to help you connect your ideas together without worrying too much about making everything perfect. In your PDF, the rough draft is in 2 sections to help you break up your work. Don't worry about making it perfect as you write, just focus on telling your story. Once you have your draft together, you'll work on revising it to polish it up. Remember, revising is the process of going back through your work and making changes to improve it. You'll look for places where you can make your descriptions more vivid, your characters more engaging, and your theme more prominent. Don't forget to check for grammar and spelling errors too. As you revise, you'll have a checklist to help you make sure that you incorporated everything we learned about characters, setting, plot, conflict, foreshadowing, and theme. Keep these elements in mind as you create a final draft of your story. Remember, writing is not just about crafting beautiful sentences or developing intriguing characters. It's also about reflecting on your journey as a storyteller. Reflection is a key part of growth as a writer and as a learner. For our final task, you'll look back and think about what you've learned from this project. You'll have the opportunity to evaluate your own work and think about how you could use what you've learned in the future. If I reflect on my mutant vegetable story, I think I came up with a really exciting plot, but I might want to work on developing my characters a bit to make them rounder and more dynamic. When I go to write my next story, I'll definitely spend more time thinking about character traits before I start working on the rough draft. Whoa! Do you feel that energy? This room is buzzing. It's like stories fuel this place. Remember, the world of storytelling is vast and full of possibilities. Keep exploring, keep writing, and keep growing. Your story will help keep this room alive. Happy writing, my literary legends!